guys, let me show you how to fill nail holes for trim, small nail holes. Now, the idea is you want to make the finish be perfectly flat, all one plane, with no evidence of nails or attachments of any type. So what I do is I'm using nail hole filler. It's like a wood putty, but it's actually, it's made specifically for filling nail holes. I get them on a little flexible putty knife, and this thing can bend and move. And I push in. I put pressure as I scrape. And then I don't scrape it off completely like that. I keep a little residual on. That way, when I sand it, I can bring it down to a flat surface. Because what happens if you scrape it, the nail hole filler and wood putty has water in it. If I scrape it, and when the stuff shrinks, it leaves a little divot, and you'll see it. So if you just get it flat like that, it gives you a little bit of room to sand down to get a nice flat surface without any divots. And then, I'll show you on an area that's dry. This one's already dry. I use the grit of sandpaper is a high number, but this is a 220, which is about as low of a number I use. 150 is a little too rough. So 220, so that you can hold it flat. To sand off the excess putty. And then you can feel that there's no hole or bump. Like here, I can feel it's raised. Now it's perfectly flat. And I'm going in circles because this wall is going to get primer and painted sprayed. But if you're doing wood grain, like say we had wood grain here on this piece, if it's like a stained piece, natural wood, you definitely want to go with the grain when you're sanding your putty, so that it doesn't show circular marks through the finish or stain, depending on what you're doing. But we're doing paint. And you want to be careful applying pressure, because if you apply pressure in areas, like say I'm sanding this edge and I'm applying pressure over here, then you can misshape your wood, and also you take off the primer, which doesn't matter because this needs to be primed anyways. I'm going to put primer on this. I fold my paper in thirds, like that, so I can use one side, two sides, three sides. Also, when you fold it in thirds like this, it makes it to where you can grab, you get traction. Your fingerprints will stick to the texture of the sandpaper and make it to where you can move it back and forth. If you had your paper like this and it has a waxen back, you can't really move it around, it slides around. So you fold it in thirds, gives it some structure and some texture to grab it. Pretty simple. Thank you.